What's up, my dear Photoshop magicians? How is life? Fred here, your best friend when it comes to Photoshop, art and anything creative. Today we're going to create this artwork here. Just look at that. Magnificent. Look at these colorful textures that you're going to learn how to create. Look at this box with the glow effect. Look at these cutouts, red eyes, and also the colors, of course, because colors were originally not that interesting, so I made them much more attractive. And let's just get into it, I guess. But before I go into it, I want to show you something interesting regarding my previous videos. In the last few weeks I've been trying to do something more interesting and regarding just Instagram artworks, how to gain followers on Instagram, how to become full-time artist and other stuff. And I've released this video which is how to dominate Instagram like Balenciaga, and unfortunately this video didn't get as many views as tutorials. But it's just, if you don't watch this, you're missing a lot, because there I explain the strategies that you can use to build your Instagram account and how Balenciaga did it. Or for example, the last one where I'm talking about the viral Instagram artworks, and that's also very useful because you can get lots of cool ideas, and also you can understand what exactly you need to do in order to go viral on Instagram. So I would be really happy if you watch those videos too, not only tutorials. And because I believe they actually bring much more value to your future. So with that said, let's get into the tutorial now. Let me also close this. Close, yes, quit opera. Goodbye, my dear friend, I will miss you. Okay, let's go to create new, and let's just quickly make this one width 1000, height 1250, resolution 300, color mode RGB color, and let's like create. And also don't forget to make this pixels. Okay, I hope you understood everything. Thank you. So I mean, you saw everything anyway, so you don't need to understand. Okay, let me just import this image, and let me place it inside Photoshop. And as soon as we import it, okay, let's make it bigger, bigger, like that. This is good. Yeah, this looks good. This looks fine. A little bit down, so the faces is not too high, and let's click OK. Okay, let's do this background layer. We don't need it. The first thing we're gonna do is we will edit the colors, and let's go to filter, let's go to camera raw filter. That's very important, because if the colors of your artwork are bad, then doesn't matter what you do, the artwork is going to look like, I don't think I can say that word because YouTube is like, oh, you cannot swear. So anyway, it will look bad. So, and I have here camera raw filter. Most likely your camera raw filter looks differently because I am using the newest version of Photoshop, like the newest. And if you're using older versions, then it's going to look differently for you, but you're still going to have all the same parameters, like names and stuff. And let me think what I'm gonna do here. First of all, I'm gonna get rid of the contrast, and I'm gonna increase the haze. Boom, look at that. I'm gonna increase some shadows to bring more details, and also the blacks. I'm not gonna change this stuff, maybe a bit. I want to bring a little bit of bluish colors because this is kind of too yellow, I feel like, and maybe a little bit of okay, no violet, I don't like that. A bit of contrast, just a bit. Okay, already looks goody. Let's see if we can play with texture. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh yeah, look at this. You see, too soft. Now we get all the details. So now I want to go to color mixer. And for you, it's going to be called HSL adjustment. It's going to be somewhere here on the top if you're using older versions of Photoshop. So it's like sort of force in a row. Just click color, HSL adjustment. I'm gonna go to color mixer, and so you see hue, saturation, luminance. That's why it's called HSL. So let's now play with colors. So for example, here I can play with red, oranges, and so on. I can decide whether I want to make the red colors pinky or orange. I can decide whether I want to make oranges like reddish or yellow, and so on. So let's start with them. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. Wow. Okay, let's leave this. Yes, I like this. Maybe this is too much red. He looks like Santa. Yes, I want to make this greenish, the background, so that there is a good difference between foreground and background, because he's kind of yellow and the background is green now. That's good. Let's see, this is nothing. Nothing is really changing. And let's the last one. Nothing is okay. This is good. I like this. Let's just click now that's with the OK button. But before we do that, I actually want to like low down a little bit the vibrance of red color, because he still looks like a freaking Santa Claus. So let's go to saturation, let's go to red and load them a bit, yep, just okay, much better. Let's click OK now, and boom shakalaka boom, look at that, now the image looks so much better. So now when we have done this, I'm actually even visible. I want to start with creating the the color texture that we had before, that I showed you in the beginning, and the liquid rainbow colors and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna create new layer. I'm gonna go here and create hue saturation layer. What I'm gonna do now is very important. I'm gonna click here, boom. I'm gonna make the saturation to the max, and I'm gonna bring mixer around here. And okay, so what is this actually? Let me explain you what is this. So if we go to layers, as you can see, now we have an arrow pointing down to this layer. This means that now this hue saturation layer is connected to this empty layer, and now this effect is only going to affect this layer and not the image. That's why, for example, when I change the saturation and hue, it didn't affect the image, because it's connected only to this empty layer now. And yes, this tutorial is intermediate, so if this looks difficult for you, then you should probably go and watch some other basic tutorials, and then come here after you feel comfortable. Okay, so now when we have this empty layer, let's go here, click right button and choose mixer brush tool, and let's make the brush bigger. Okay, this looks good. Make sure sample alert is selected. Make sure all of your settings are exactly like mine. Okay, very important. This is selected, everything is cool. And now, for example, if I start drawing, look what's gonna happen. Boom, I get these really interesting colors. Why is this happening, you probably wonder. Because as you can see, hue saturation is connected to this empty layer, and if I just double click here, boom boom, I see that on hue I have many different colors, and I'm using here mixer brush tool. Mixer brush tool, yes, it does exactly what it says. It mixes stuff. In this case, it's mixing colors. That's why we get all these beautiful colors on this layer. So let's go back to this layer and let's continue drawing. And yes, we do need the image behind, because if I turn it off, then it will not give us these beautiful colors, but at the same time I can turn off the colors anytime I want. So now I'll just continue doing this, and actually let me make my brush bigger, because yeah, I'm just gonna do this quickly, very quickly. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, maybe not so quickly, because my Photoshop is so slow right now. I'm just gonna speed this up. Still not done? Are you crazy? Come on, baby. Why are you so slow? I'm getting angry now. The reason it is so slow, because recently one of the RAMs of my laptop crashed. So now instead of 16 GB of RAM, I have only 8, which means double less power. That's why it sucks. But I gotta work with what I have, unfortunately. So when we have this, now as you can see, we have here some white parts. We don't want them, we want everything to be colorful. So let's bring the colors up. Again, just draw up with your mixer brush tool. And we're gonna do this here as well, just to make every single place colorful. And yes, now we need to wait again. Oh my god. I'm gonna die before I finish this artwork. Like that, this is good. Okay, whatever, this looks good now. What we're gonna do now is, now I want to select this, okay? And now you need to hold Ctrl or Command and click here to select this as well. Now click right button and choose Convert to Smart Objecto. Boom. Now if we turn this off and on, voila! A colorful texture. Now let's select this, let's go to Filter, let's go to Liquify. Oh yeah. So in Liquify, we're going to make things liquid, because this is called Liquify. So let me show you what is this and how this works, in case you don't know. First of all, we have here this tool which just looks like a finger, and let's select it, and let's also make the size bigger. Okay, no, okay, this is too big. Okay, this is now too small. Yeah, this is fine. this 100. Okay, this looks good so far. Also, maybe probably for you, you're going to have like this thing opened. Just close this face over Liquify so you can see all the tools here, and turn off here show backdrop if you have it on in case. And now, for example, if I start drawing, look what's going to happen. Boom, I can kind of move colors around, which is pretty cool. So this tool basically helps us to take stuff and move it to the left or right. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do here, and the reason for that is just because I want to mix the colors. Yep, you know, I want to make all the places colorful like that. Oh yeah, baby, oh yeah. And also let's fill this all. Boom 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 boom. Let's bring a little bit down here. Okay, this looks good. Now let's click OK button. And voila! Now I think it looks better. So now also one more thing, let's click right button and choose to convert to smart object again. And good. Now the Liquify tool is inside this object, okay? And that's why we converted it into a smart object. So now let's go to edit, transform. Well, actually, let's just turn this off for now. Okay, I want to share with you another very important information that actually can help your art career and your skills. If you want to be the best of the best, then you always need to learn new skills. That's exactly why I have my premium classes, learnfromfred.com, where I have all of these cool classes where I teach you step by step how I create every single artwork, how I create my animated artworks, you know, how I make the face go liquid like animation, how I create 3D stuff like these 3D eyes, how I created these liquid colors and all the other stuff. In fact, if you go to my profile on Instagram and then you go to tagged, you will see lots of people who actually follow my tutorials and create tons of cool stuff. Well, of course, sometimes I get tagged for some weird things as well, like what is this? But again, if you look here, for example, wait, what is that? Yo, this is crazy. Good job. I haven't liked this. I just saw this. So, or for example, stuff like that. And all the other things, just you can just go to my Instagram tag and see all of my students and what they're creating. And in case you want to become one of my students as well, just go to learnfromfred.com, my website, and you can start learning for just $7, which is really nothing compared to everything that you're getting, including not only all the classes but also my personal support, which means that you can just message me or email me and I will get back to you and yeah, and help you and answer all of your questions, my dear friend Titas. With that said, let's now go back to the tutorial. Now we need to create holes inside his body. I know it sounds horrible, but trust me, he's going to be fine. I'm a professional hole maker. What did I say? I mean, like, I make lots of holes in images, so that's what I meant. Yes, let me drink some water and shut up. Okay, so now let me take this pen tool. Click right button here, and here you have pen tool and the normal one, but we're going to use Curvature Pen Tool because this pen tool helps us to automatically create curved lines. And if you don't have this pen tool, that means your Photoshop is like really old, okay, and you need to update it, my dear friend. So let me select this, and before we start drawing, make sure to go here and select pass. Boom. And also make sure you have here combine shapes. Okay. So now if we zoom in, we will basically start creating shapes on his body that we will later delete, basically make holes. And let's just start. So I don't really remember what exactly I did there, but I'm gonna start with his neck. For example, here, boom, boom, boom. And if I click here, look what's gonna happen. Well, let me actually так, обратно, заново объясняю. So in case you have never used pen tool, then it's actually good if you go and watch some tutorials on pen tool. But in case you know how to use it approximately, okay, this is what you should do. First, we'll just click here once, and then if you click here again, for example, and now if I click here, third point already, look what's gonna happen. Boom! Now as you can see, Photoshop automatically created curved lines because we are using Curvature Pen Tool, and this tool automatically creates curved lines. So if I just click here now, boom, as you can see, automatically curved lines, which is pretty cool, and good. This looks good. So now when we have this, for example, let's go to selection, let's click here. Let's make sure feather radius is 0, let's click OK. Now as you can see, we transformed this path into a selection. That means that now, when I have this image selected, I can go here and create mask, and what's going to happen? Photoshop is going to use this selection and create a mask from it. If I just click here, boom. As you can see, Photoshop created the mask, but the problem is that Photoshop has, instead of making a hole, it actually deleted everything except the hole. That's why we need to invert the mask. So let's just click on the mask, okay? And now you can use hotkey Ctrl or Command plus I, or like I would advise to use the hotkey, but in case you don't want to add for some stupid reason, you can just select this, you can go to properties, and here you can click invert, and boom shakalaka boom, look at that. Let's go to layers now, and as you can see, this is black, which means that this is deleted, and everything else is white, which means that we can see it. Okay, good. Now let's go and do a few more of these holes. I'm gonna do, let's say, another one here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you don't need to think, but it's not bad if you think either. So now when we have this, for example, and if you want to, you know, change the shape of any of the holes, you can just click and drag it like that, for example, and boom. And now again, you go to selection, you click OK, you have the selection. This time you do it a little bit differently because we already have a mask here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna just draw the selection with black color on the mask, which basically means that we're going to delete this place, because when you use black color, you delete stuff. Again, you need to know how mask works. If you don't know what is mask, how to use it, and stuff like that, then please go and watch a tutorial on masks, okay? So, because this is like the basic concept of Photoshop, using masks. If you don't know how to use masks, then you don't know anything about Photoshop, my dear friend. So now when we have this, make sure you have here black color selected. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my brush tool, normal brush, and okay, this is not normal brush. What is this? I need some circle brush. Yeah, most likely you're going to have here circle brush. So let me just click here. Let me just go to general brushes and choose like soft round brush. Good. Now, for example, if I just draw here in this selection, boom, as you can see, it's gone. Wow. Good. Okay, now let's go to select and deselect. Cool. So again, let's do this for more places. I'm probably just gonna speed this up, but the process is going to be the same.
Perfect.
Okay, I think this looks good. Now let's turn on this image, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this, well, before I actually bring it anywhere, I'm gonna go to edit and free transform, and I'm just gonna make this really small. Okay, this is fine. Let's click OK now, and I will bring it here, for example, and now let's bring it back, and voila, we have the colors. So now let's just create more copies of this. So if you just click right button and go to duplicate layer, okay, and boom, another copy create. So we can just take and move this to the left, right, and so on. Or I'm just gonna use hotkeys to create a copy, which is you hold Alt or Option. You hold Alt or Option, you click on the layer, you drag it somewhere up or down, and when you see these two arrows, black and white, now you can release Alt, and then you release your mouse button, and boom, another copy is created, and we can just take and move this. So again, I'm just gonna do the same here, and voila. Thank you. I know, I'm a freaking genius, right? I mean, you do agree with me, right? Don't tell me no. So let me actually save this. Wow, I mean, I didn't save this like I'm crazy. I know I'm a crazy person, but you probably already Guess set. So let me name this. I don't know, what should I name this? Colorful boy. I don't know, it's a stupid name. I don't know. We also gonna add some squares on it. Just my mad imagination. Boom. Let's see if I'm recording. I'm still recording, which is good because sometimes I like finish the tutorial and then I'm like, oh wait, I didn't record. Oh my god. So let me now dance. No, I'm kidding. No dancing. Sorry, no dancing today, guys. Maybe tomorrow. So now what I need to do is I need to create some shadows because I need to make this realistical. And how we're gonna do that? You probably wonder. So first of all, let's try the simplest option and see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's just give it a try. Okay. Let's right click here somewhere. Let's go to blending options. Let's wait. Good. Now let's go here and click on the drop shadow, and when it's on, now what I want to do is, first of all, I want to make opacity around 50%, or make it a little bit less maybe. I want to make distance a little bit more, and now I also want to add a little bit of softness. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. Let's add a little bit of opacity. Let's increase the distance, and this looks fine, kinda. Let's change the angle, see if it looks better with a different angle. A little bit less opacity, size a little bit more to make it smoother. No preview, this preview. Well, it kind of looks fine. But one more thing, I feel like I didn't delete something here because we see a black point here. So I'll just go to mask, select brush color, black color, and let's just delete this, whatever this is here. No idea. And also let's smooth this out a little bit. Good. So now when we have this, let's go to the rectangle on his face. Okay. Because if you remember, and I'm not sure if you do remember, but the original idea was that we're gonna dance. No dancing. Shut up, Fred. No dancing today. No dancing. Okay. So yeah, that was the original idea, that we're gonna do this thing. You know, like the rectangle box, basically glowing stuff. Okay, and good. So now let's go here, click that button and choose the rectangle tool. Okay, very important. It's not called rectangle tool. It's called rectangle tool because that sounds way more interesting. So now let's go to shape. Make sure you have your shape selected. Let's go to fill, click none. Let's go to stroke, click on white color, and this should be fine so far. Let's now just click, and also make sure you have here this selected, new layer. Let's now just click and drag and see what happens. Wow. Okay, this looks fine. I just want to make the thickness a little bit less, maybe 8 pixels. Yes, 8 pixels looks good. Let's go to layers now, select move tool. Let's bring this, so I want to bring this a little bit down. I feel like it's too, you can also just use arrows actually on your keyboard to move this to the left, down, and so on, to align it. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to create more of these rectangles, and yeah, so let's just create a copy of this. Oops, wait, what did I do? We can actually also create a copy just here. So again, if you just hold Alt or Option with the move tool, you hold Alt or Option, you click on the object, you click and drag, and then you release Alt or Option, and then you release your mouse button, and boom, a copy is created. I'm gonna put this here like that, and then I'm gonna go to Edit, Transform. I'm gonna go to Perspective first of all. Well, actually, first of all to Scale, and I want to make this bigger, but yeah, we need to make this. I'm gonna go click here to unlink the height and width, so I can just make this smaller. Good. And now you can just click right button, choose perspective, and bring this up like that. Yeah, definitely too big. Again, clear right buttons. Let's go back. Let's go to scale and make this even smaller. Click right button, go to perspective and up. Yeah, this looks way better like that. Let's click OK now. Let's now create a copy of this. So again, you can just hold Alt or Option and click and drag. Boom, a copy. Let's also create a copy of this foreground square and move it to the back like that. Okay, now let's select all of them. So if you just click here, you hold Shift and then you click here, boom, everything is selected. And now just bring this here a little bit to the right. Yeah, I think this is good. So now of course we need to make this more realistic, because right now it doesn't look like the squares around his head. It looks like something weird. So what we need to do, we need to get rid of some of the lines. How we're gonna do that is we're gonna use these magical fingers and some brain that all of us have, fortunately. So first of all, I want to try to see if I can align this better. Nope, I can't. Okay, let's leave it like that for now. So let's just click here, hold Shift and click here to select everything. Click on group, and now when we have this, let's go to select the group and click create mask. Boom, now we have the mask for the group. That means that now whatever I delete, like if I use the mask, then all the rectangles are going to be affected because all of them are inside the group. Let's go now to brush tool, select black color, make sure all your settings are exactly like mine. Let's also make hardness around 90%, 85 should be fine. Let's start by deleting this one first, like that. Boom, boom, and also this one. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Don't kill me. Why should you? But you never know, right? People are crazy. So let's just do this as well, like that. Ooh yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, this looks good. Now what I want to do, I want to get rid of these things, of this like weirdos. So I'm gonna go actually make hardness actually 90, and I'm just gonna draw straight lines here. Well, let's actually make hardness 100%. Yeah, in this case it needs to be 100. This is fine. Let's go and do this one. Okay, I mean it's not perfect, but it's fine. It's like whatever. So like I could spend more time making this, the edge is perfect and blah blah blah, but I don't think that's something that you really need to spend so much time on. Okay, you know, you need to prioritize time. So now when we have this, let's just double click here, boom boom. Let's go to Auto Glow and make sure you have your white color selected, very important. Hardness 100%, opacity 100%. Let's now blending more normal. Let's increase the spread a little bit to make it a little bit more blurry. Not more blurry, but more shiny. Sorry. Okay, this looks fire as well. But one more thing, let me actually delete this glow for now. One more thing, okay. Let's click right button, convert this into a smart object. Let's now go to filter, blur and Gaussian blur. And I want to add like maybe 1% of blur, like without blur, with blur. It's a little bit blurry, that's good. Let's click OK. Now let's double click here. And now it's going to add outer glow, and it's automatically going to be the same that we did last time. Good. Now the box looks much more softer. Now the last step is to add the red eyes. Again, create new empty layer, go to brush tool, make this red. Let's draw with it inside. I just want to make sure my hardness is well, it's just small, that's good. Click right button now and choose convert to smart object, and let's go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, 2 maybe, 2 is good. Let's click OK. Now again also double click here, and let's again go to outer glow, but this time we're gonna do of course red color. Let's click OK. Okay, if you think this is too strong, you can always go to outer glow, just double click here, boom boom, And let's just make this spread out with less. This also out with, okay, well, let's leave this spread out with less. Let's click OK now. What else I want to do is actually I want to go here and I want to combine all of them. So again, hold shift, click here to select all of them, click right button, choose convert to smart object. Let's go to filter and let's go to noise and add noise. And I wanna, if we zoom in, I wanna add some noise to this object, because as you can see this image is noisy, so I want to have some noise on this as well. Let's see, Gaussian 12 should be good. Also I feel like it's too vibrant, so again we can just go to image adjustments, vibrance, and maybe make it a little bit less vibrant to match the general artwork. Let's click OK. This looks good. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What did I say? I have no idea. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Love you guys. Make sure to check out my other videos, not only tutorials, or I will find you and destroy your Photoshop. I'm not kidding, okay? Don't play with me. Okay, I'm just kidding. I still love you. Bye bye.